The history of music is often told through genres and eras, chronicling a vast, ever-changing landscape of sound. While this perspective is valuable, it can sometimes overlook the profound role of the individual artist. It is the artist who sharpens their craft, confronts new challenges, and ultimately forges the innovations that push music forward. Well, one such visionary was Emahoy Tsegué-Maryam Guèbrou, a composer and a nun whose unique synthesis of Ethiopian melodies with Western classical piano forms not only defined a new genre, but also left an indelible mark on the world of music. Emahoy's own life was a remarkable journey of resilience and spiritual devotion, elements that are deeply etched into her music. Born Yovdar Guèbrou in 1923 to an aristocratic family in Addis Ababa, her early education in Switzerland introduced her to Western classical tradition. However, her past was marked by profound hardship, including imprisonment during the Italian occupation of Ethiopia and the tragic loss of family members. A pivotal moment came when she was denied the opportunity to study London's Royal Academy of Music, a disappointment that preceded her decision to become a nun in the 1940s. After a decade of secluded monastic life, she returned to music, composing prolifically. With the support of Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia at the time, she released her first recordings in the 1960s, often to raise funds for charitable causes. She spent the latter part of her long life in seclusion at an Ethiopian Orthodox convent in Jerusalem, where she continued to compose until her passing in 2023 at the age of 99. Emahoy's life was one of remarkable struggle and devotion, and her music became a profound reflection of that journey, functioning as a direct translation of her inner world. She achieved this through a unique technical synthesis. Her compositions are primarily built on the foundation of qenets, the distinct pentatonic scales central to all Ethiopian music, such as tizita, often associated with nostalgia, and bati. However, she frames these scales within the harmonic and textual language of the 19th century European romanticism, adding expressive use of rubato. This fusion creates a beautiful conversation in her music. You can hear this clearly in her piece, The Homeless Wanderer. This melody is built on the tizita scale, which naturally evokes a feeling of longing. Her phrasing, using quick, thrilling notes that copy the curls and bends of Ethiopian singing, plays against a steady waltz-like, and on top of that, she often uses a classic Ethiopian 6/8 rhythm, known as chikchika, and layers it over the classical-sounding chords. This technical mix isn't just for show, it's the actual recipe that creates her music's nostalgic and one-of-a-kind sound. Having explored the technical architecture of Emahoy's style, it is in the intimate, quiet space of listening that her music reveals its deepest power. For me, two pieces became lifelines during my own period of profound transition: mother's love and homesickness. Arriving in the United States for college, being my first time, directly from high school and home, I was engulfed by the duality of excitement and a loneliness I had never known before. The bustling new environment felt overwhelming, and in the silence of my own dorm room, a deep homesickness would set in. It was in this state that I first discovered Emahoy Tsegué-Maryam Guèbrou. Her compositions became a safe place to yearn and to feel a nostalgic connection to a home that was now thousands of miles away. Listening to Mother's Love I'm immediately struck by its gentle rocking rhythm. The piece often feels like a lullaby, its steady bass line mimicking a comforting rhythmic sway of a mother holding a child. The melody, simple and singing, floats over this foundation. There is no frantic energy here, only a profound, unwavering tenderness. In my most disorienting moments, I would put on this piece. It did not simply remind me of my mother, it sonically became her love. It was the musical equivalent of a long, reassuring hug, a constant and patient presence that told me I was still connected, still loved, no matter the physical distance. The piece's spiritual serenity provided a secular sanctuary for me. Emahoy's balance of earthly emotion with a transcendent, almost sacred peace mirrored my own struggle to balance the earthly challenges of adapting to a new life with the need of an inner spiritual calm. If mother's love was the comforting embrace, then homesickness was the understanding companion that sat with me in my sadness, validating it rather than trying to chase it away. The very title was a revelation, to know that this feeling had a name, and that a woman who had lived through war, imprisonment, and exile had given it such a beautiful musical form. The piece feels more restless. Emahoy's characteristic rubato is more pronounced here, the tempo slowing and quickening as if mimicking the unpredictability and flow of memories and grief. The melody line seems to question and yearn, reaching for resolutions that sometimes feel delayed, creating a sweet ache. There is a section where the right hand plays a series of descending, thrilling notes that sound like gentle sighs. Hearing this, I was often transported not to a specific memory, but to the feeling of home. The golden light of a late afternoon in my living room, the distant sound of my mom cooking in the kitchen, the unshakable safety of being in a place where I was known completely. Emahoy's ability to translate this complex, universal emotion made me feel less alone. Her biographical narrative, a woman forever separated from her homeland, finding solace in music and faith, mirrored my own, smaller scale exile. She was not just composing about homesickness, she was living it. And in listening, I felt I was sharing that burden with her. Her spiritual resilience, her ability to channel loss into artistic creation became a model for me. It taught me that my homesickness was not a weakness to be suppressed, but a testament to the depths of my love for my home and family. A love that could only be transformed into a source of strength. In conclusion, the genius of Emahoy Tsegué-Maryam lies not only in her innovative fusion of musical traditions, but in her profound human empathy, crystallized into sound. For a lonely student thousands of miles from home, her music was more than an assignment for a class. It was a vital tool for survival and self-understanding. Mother's love and homesickness functioned as a dual force, one offering the unconditional comfort of a parent's love, and the other offering the dignified validation of my grief. Through her balance of the spiritual and the earthly, the Ethiopian and the Western, the joyous and the melancholic, Emahoy created a world complex enough to hold all my contradictions. She provided a sacred space where I could both miss my old home and begin to build a new one, all within the safety of her timeless, gentle piano.